What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 kids who got caught stealing people's cars part 2. Now before we even begin the video, I just want to make sure all you guys enter my free Amazon gift card giveaway that's going on right now. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel, which is Top 5 Central, and then go to the top of the description and subscribe to my second channel called Top 5 Gaming. By simply doing that, you enter to win a free gift card, and because it's like 2 steps, it takes 5 seconds, so why not do it real quick? Anyways, with that said, let's get right into the video. Number 5. Now you might think that stealing a car is a pretty crazy thing to do, but what about a cement truck? Like, I'm trying to figure out if stealing something so random is better or worse, but honestly you guys, this story is so strange I don't know what to think. I mean, not only did this 11-year-old steal a truck, but he crashed into a police car and a state patrol car, and then the police on a ridiculous high-speed chase for over an hour. Even crazier, the story doesn't say why he did it, so I'm guessing he just got bored and wanted to try it out, which if you think about it is pretty stupid but also kind of brave. Anyways, obviously the police caught up with him eventually, but instead of getting out of the truck and turning himself in, the kid literally tried to make a break for it. Like, the whole thing is pretty wild, but thankfully no one got hurt because the kid had driven trucks and tractors before, so he kinda knew what he was doing. Either way, I guess that gives the story a happy ending, but I hope the kid stays away from all sorts of vehicles in the future, because I have no idea what the next step is after stealing a freaking cement truck. Like, maybe he'll steal a plane next.
Witnesses in a southern Minnesota town say an 11-year-old boy stole a cement truck and took police on a high-speed chase. Take a look at this right here. The chase began around 3 yesterday afternoon near the town of Casson. It lasted over an hour as the boy inside took deputies across the county. He even collided with a state patrol car and a police car. The boy was eventually stopped in the town of Dodge Center and tried to run from the truck, but was caught. WCCO's John Lauritsen.
Everybody was outside with their cameras and their phones and stuff.
A sergeant put stop sticks on the highway that took out the right front tire of the truck, but that didn't stop it. It continued on just its rim.
It just wore it down to nothing.
And during the chase, the rim of the truck did a lot of damage to lawns and city streets. Here on 2nd Avenue, you can see all the damage that it did. About an hour after the chase started, the truck stopped in a cul-de-sac in Dodge Center, and the boy was taken into custody.
Number 4. So joyriding is a pretty stupid thing to do, especially if you're a kid, but at least if you're by yourself, you're really only putting yourself in danger. Well, unfortunately, this kid took things to a whole new level of dangers, because as well as stealing a car at just 13 years old, he decided it was a good idea to put his 8-year-old baby sister in the passenger seat. So yeah, basically what happened is the police saw the car driving strangely, and even though they had no idea the people driving were so young, they tried to pull them over. Of course, that didn't work, and it made the kids panic, so they sped off at a super high speed down the road. What's so scary is you can see them lose control of the car, so you'd think they just give up and let the police take them home, but the 2 kids literally jump out of the car and run for it. It's a pretty brave move, so whatever the 13-year-old thought he was doing is probably super important, even if both kids were caught straight away after.
Wait for, they're both getting out and
Number 3. Okay, if you're the kind of kid that likes doing dangerous things for the thrill of it, you think that something like stealing a car was extremely easy enough, but for some reason this kid needed to go one step further. Like, not only did the 16-year-old steal a car, but he stole a freaking Lamborghini, and I'm not making this up, I swear, the Lamborghini he chose was owned by Guy Fieri. I mean seriously, the kid had done his research, like he even posted videos online of him practicing picking different kinds of locks. Even cooler, the way he got into the building is pretty Mission Impossible, like he tied a rope to the roof of the dealership and slid down it, then forced open one of the windows to jump in. In fact, he managed to pull off the whole heist almost without getting caught, but just as he was pulling away, a camera caught the original license numbers, and that's basically how they were able to nab him. It's pretty sad actually, because the kid is obviously crazy intelligent, but now instead of going to college and changing the world, all he's got to look forward to is a lifetime sentence, all because of a Lamborghini.
You're seeing grand theft auto in progress, a crime that caught the nation's attention. That's Marin's Max Wade, just 16 years old at the time, rappelling into a San Francisco car dealership and stealing celebrity chef Guy Fieri's Lamborghini.
Now this is all about the attention.
Wade even posted a video on his YouTube channel of him practicing less than 2 weeks before the car heist.
Here we go.
He researched British motor cars in San Francisco and Mission Impossible style rappelling. That's exactly what he did at the dealer. Wade scales down the side of the building and into a window. Inside, he takes his time, spending almost 15 minutes walking through the dealership. He walks to the exit door and cuts the lock with these bolt cutters. He drives the yellow Lamborghini from the second floor, down the ramp, and gets out to roll up the door. Back in the car, Wade appears to fumble with the controls, mistakenly turns on the wipers, and pulls out into the pre-dawn darkness.
Number 2. Now, most little kids really love going to grandma's house, so I kind of get what these next two were trying to do, but honestly, they had a pretty extreme way of getting what they wanted. For some reason, the 9-year-old and 4-year-old siblings were just allowed to wander around the neighborhood all by themselves, and they found an open car with the keys inside at a boat dealership. I mean, I'd expect them to get inside and maybe even play around pretending to drive it, but the kids literally stole the car and drove it for about 4 miles before anyone could stop them. Like, I have no idea how the kid could even see over the steering wheel, let alone reach the pedals, but they were so determined to get to their grandma's that they almost managed it. Anyways, on a serious note, this one made me laugh quite a bit, because what kind of person just leaves their car unattended with the keys just inside? Like, come on, man.
New tonight, they are just 9 and 4 years old, so how is it they could drive a car for miles?
Washington County authorities say the 9-year-old was behind the wheel and the 4-year-old a passenger. It all happened near West Bend.
Terry Weisenborn can't get over what ended right next to his home Saturday evening along Big Cedar Lake.
I saw one little kid, real little kid, probably 4-ish or somewhere's in there, and the other kid, I really didn't see the other kid, but the one kid was in the back seat, and they had some bicycles back there that were pulled out. And
the 9-year-old drove from there onto Highway 144 for about 4 miles. Witnesses following the kids managed to stop them with no damage or injuries. A lot of people I talked to out here on Sunday were amazed that this all ended so safely. They say 144 here is a real curvy road, and the kids were driving just feet from the lake.
It's unbelievable that they made it this far without hitting anything or hurting themselves or anybody else. And how'd the little guy even see the steering wheel?
Or even reach the gas and brake pedals.
Number 1. What do you have to do to get over a dozen police officers from 3 counties and 4 different towns to come after you? Can you guess? It turns out it's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is steal a school bus and then try to lose the cops on the highway. Oh, and it helps if you're 10 years old too. Like, I'm not even joking, the kid managed to get into the bus yard and break into a school bus to steal it, and if the teachers hadn't been there closing up after a football game, they probably never would have noticed. Now, once again, just like all the others, I have no idea why he did it, because it seems completely crazy to me, but the kid tried to escape down the highway and dodged every single roadblock the police set up. In fact, they only caught him in the end because he slowed down, and until they got to the window, they had no idea it was a kid they were chasing. Either way, let me know down in the comments below if you know a friend or a kid crazy enough to do this. Like, I think every town or city has that one crazy kid, so definitely let me know.
As a stolen Dumas school bus flies down Highway 65 Friday night, dozens of officers from 3 counties, 4 towns, and state police remain in hot pursuit. Dumas school officials had been closing up after their football game around 11 p.m. when they noticed lights coming from the bus yard and reported the vehicle stolen. From there, the driver of the bus led police down Highway 65 all the way into Jefferson County. That's despite road spikes state police set up to try and slow down the bus.
Kelly, be advised, he missed them all. We're now coming on into town. Speed at 25 miles an hour.
Finally, as the bus pulls into Pine Bluff city limits, the driver slows down enough for a deputy to make the stop. But as officers approach, they're surprised by who they find behind the wheel. Police say the driver's a 10-year-old boy. He was immediately cuffed and taken into police custody, then later released to his parents.
And there's our video on the top 5 kids caught stealing people's cars part 2. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use your extremely handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.